form. Yeah.
We did have someone ask a question earlier in the live stream about what is love. And I think you described it so beautifully there. That and that the neutrality of love in its purest form, as you said, is what allows us to hold someone when they're suffering so much, including ourselves.
Yep. Absolutely. That is love. Love is what we are. And we hear that, and that sounds grand and that sounds wonderful. But if we really knew that love is what we are, we wouldn't get as tripped up or more identified as the small self. If we truly knew that love is what we are on a deep, deep, deep fundamental level, there's nothing that can touch it. Because love in its purest form is eternal. It's changeless. It's formless.
And of course, this is what you've been pointing to this entire conversation. This is what A Course in Miracles points to.
Yeah, it's simple. Our minds just make it so complex, and it makes it so, the practices, and I've had that experience over the years of, am I doing the practices? Okay, I'm not judging. Okay, I'm not doing this. And I think a little bit of the conceptual mind is needed at first, but then, just for an understanding, and so it's integrated. But then everything for me just continues to point back, beyond all the practices that A Course in Miracles offers and the lessons and everything. It's just this. It's just this. And we can sense it. If you're not driving, you can place your hands on your heart, or just, you can have your eyes opened or closed. It doesn't matter. I am is here. And so it's about sensing it. Thoughts can spin. They can swirl around. But what you are, what I am, what we all are, is just this pure, effortless awareness. That is the I am. And that's it.
Thank you.
That's it.
Jody.
Yeah.
I'm actually a Vedic mantra meditation teacher.
Okay,
And
nice.
what you said was so vital to the real practice of meditation, that thoughts come and thoughts go. They're not, when we meditate, they're not our concern.
That's right. Yeah, they're not. And when we're upset, it's because we're identified with the thoughts. So thoughts aren't anything. Thoughts are just happening, and we know that because we don't know the next thought. We have no idea what the next thought is going to be. We pretend like we know what's going to arise in our thought awareness, but really we don't. And so they're just happening. And when we become upset, when we become, in fear and overwhelmed and just upset, it's because we've entangled ourselves with those thoughts. We've identified fully with those thoughts as the thoughts. So we can just look at the thoughts for the nothingness that they are, because they're nothing. They're all part of the mirage. And if we were going for a walk together and we saw a huge anaconda, but we knew it was a mirage, we wouldn't be scared. We would laugh because it wouldn't be anything. And so I think it's just about not demonizing our thoughts, but instead seeing them for the nothingness that they are, because they, in sense, veil. And of course, they can never veil in truth, but they seem to veil our true nature, because we're so identified with the thoughts. But thoughts are just happening. They're just happening, and we can allow them to happen.
And they also cause our interpretation of events and people. And every interpretation is speaking of veiled, is a veiled judgment.
Yep. A split, it's just a split mind.
Right.
That's all it is.